Okay, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topic.
If there ever was a celebrity to have their own bunker, it would be none other than Miss Wendy Williams. I picture that she would have it in the middle of the woods in Pennsylvania. Very secluded, not New Jersey, has to be far away. So today I decided to build the ultimate bunker for Miss Wendy Williams, including a studio so that she can keep performing the Wendy Williams Show even if the world goes to complete shit. So let's get started. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more fun celebrity-inspired builds. So I just thought it would be fun to build a bunker. I don't know why. I don't know where I got this. Maybe it's the apocalyptic times that we find ourselves in currently. But I was thinking Wendy Williams would be the one. She would be the one.
Oh, she passed away? Oh. All right.
And so I wanted to make the entrance to Wendy Williams's bunker as discreet as possible. So I decided to build a little entryway, stone, moss covering, hidden bookcase door. I don't know why that spoke to me. It just seemed correct. You know, some greenery on top. You don't want to... Wendy Williams needs her privacy for when the world comes to an end. Some cobwebs to scare away the little local kids. We don't want any locals. Lots of moss, because we just want this to look like some weird, creepy... We don't want people to be invited. Like, this isn't an inviting thing. You don't want to go into this place. You're like, what kind of ghost is there?
And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
So then I decided to surround it with a bunch of trees because I figured, well, if you have a hard time seeing it, and if you look in the gallery, you'll see what I mean. It just looks like a forest slight area. So I surrounded it with a bunch of trees so that it was hard to find. It was giving me very like spooky in the woods, even though I was in a regular neighborhood where I built this. And it's actually right next to a park. So I was originally going to make a park, but then the lot I chose was right next to a park, and I thought it was weird. And then also I thought it would be weird to make it a park because people would want to come and, you know, go to a park and hang out there. So I decided to make it a secluded wooded area with all these no trespassing signs to hopefully keep away any other people who might stumble upon here, because Wendy Williams paid top dollar for this. This is not a cheap bunker by any means. I feel like the only guest that Wendy would allow over would be Dula Peep.
Dula Peepa.
Her name's Dua Lipa, but you call her Dula Peep.
Dula Peep, I'm sorry.
Now, Wendy Williams, I don't know why she was the one I thought would have an apocalyptic bunker. Maybe it was because when she was doing Wendy at Home and she had all that crazy stuff behind her, I just kept imagining like what was going through her head, like when she purchases things. Like, I know that she explained her decor, but I was just thinking if there was any celebrity who would be this extra and over the top to ensure their safety come the end of the world, it would definitely be Miss Wendy Williams. Is there another celebrity you know that would do something as crazy as eating caviar with Doritos? I don't think so, but Miss Wendy Williams did. So here I'm setting up her Wendy. I tried to do a little miniature Wendy Williams Show set. So if the world ends, you can still watch Miss Wendy Williams every day, breaking down the hot topics. Today on Hot Topics, we're discussing the end of the world. Aliens have invaded. Coronavirus hasn't been solved. So I used a lot of the Get Famous pack to build this little studio for her. I feel like someone would have to teach, like Norman would have to come over and teach her how to use it before the end of the world. I just thought it was like a funny touch that, because like she has such a hardcore work ethic that I think that even if it was like the actual end of the world, she would still want to keep putting out her show for everyone. Now, I was trying to find some artwork for the back that maybe looks like the Wendy Williams set, but I couldn't, so I just decided to paint everything green. And the idea is that it would be a green screen. You could just put whatever, you know, scene you want on it. Some studio lights to give Miss Wendy Williams a glow. Who knows? We might even get a resurgence of that crazy segment where she ate crow.
And it tastes kind of like chicken liver. You know, it's not so bad.
I died. That episode killed me. Okay, so now we're gonna be starting on the main room. I like to paint everything just white, plain. And I was originally gonna go for these floors because I thought, oh, Wendy would have those. But then I was like, I really didn't like how they looked, so I ended up going with wood just because it felt more homey. So I decided to go with like a purple theme for everything because that's her gig. Her whole show's purple, so I decided to really lean into over-the-top purple fantasy, the full fantasy, if you will. And I was trying to figure out, because like Wendy seems like the kind of gal who likes to watch TV. She likes to sit around. She likes to hang out with My Way and chit chat, her two little kitty cats. I just figured I would fully lean into the purpleness of it all. Barney would be shook. Barney found quaking and bald on the side of the 101 freeway, if you will. use this interesting coffee table that I've never used before. So we're about wrapped up with the living room here. I liked the end result vibes. I started tinkering around with the idea of using this. I don't know what I was going for here. Yeah, this didn't end up staying, to say the least. Yeah, no. That light I thought would be cool, but then I didn't like how it looked with the shading, and I thought it didn't work anywhere. I used a lot of Moschino stuff in this build. It just gave me the vibe of Wendy. Now we're going to put in a big kitchen because, you know, Wendy always says that she loves to eat. It's like part of her brand. You know, I have to tell you, I've started eating a Wendy Williams food, and I have to tell you, I really like it. It's so specific. I remember one time she talked about it on the show, and I was like, oh, I have to try that. It sounds so weird. It was popcorn that you cook in the microwave, and then you put a hot sauce on it and you eat it with chopsticks. It's as chaotic as it sounds to eat, but it's very fun, and I always think of Wendy when I eat it because it's just such a specific recipe that I have never come up with my own. I ended up changing around the lights a lot when I was doing this, and I went for like dark vibes because when she was doing her Wendy at Home episodes, I noticed that she had like a lot of darker toned cabinets behind her, so I figured if she has an apocalypse bunker, she's probably going to have pretty dark toned things. I mean, it is the end of the world. I don't think it would be like the most cheery place, but it will be all A-list appliances. I've never used this trash can, but I figured if anyone had this trash can, it would be Wendy Williams. And a little more purple. I don't know why there's so many seats. She's not going to be having guests over at the end of the world. See, now I was thinking of like what to give Chit Chat my way. I didn't end up giving them much. I probably should have put a litter tray in there, but I didn't. I ended up just going with one bowl that they can both share, and hopefully they survive the apocalypse with Wendy. We're going to do an espresso maker, a couple little bits of decor, all stainless steel, some flowers. I feel like Wendy likes flowers. And then we're going to put in a little rug here because I feel like she's the type who would be like, my feet are hurting, they're cold, I want something warm. We're going to change out the lights so it looks a little more chic. That's fun. A little poster. I figured butterflies, why not? Now we're going to do the dining room. I wanted to do like something that had a focal wall, so it took a little bit, but I ended up getting there. I always use this table. I just can't figure out, I just love this table. It's from the Get Famous pack, and I just think it's like a very classic table. Plus I don't like a lot of the dining tables. I think a lot of the dining tables are ugly. You saw there, only one little bowl for the kitties. Oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking with this. I was putting vines on the walls, and I was like, maybe it's like, she's like, it's so depressing down here. There's no foliage, and I can't go outside, so I'll have, but it was just too much. Like, this looks terrible. So I ended up doing this, which I ended up liking more. I figured she would have like some statement accent walls, and this was an easy way to do it. Just trying to figure out the coloring here. And this was one of the hardest areas to decorate, this little like foyer. I didn't know what to put there. Like, what do you a tree? No, not a tree. We're not going to be putting trees in here, though there will be lots of plants around. I struggled with this. And then I was originally going to make this a guest bedroom and a bathroom, but then I was like, she's not going to be having guests in the apocalypse, so why would I do that? So I made this a laundry room so that she can keep all of her poofs in order while hunkering down at the end times. You know, we've got to keep her fashionable. And the room next to it, I really struggled. Like, there was two things I was trying to figure out that I was going to do with the room next door. I was either going to make it into a makeup room, like a glam room, or I was going to turn it into a study. But then I was like, her bedroom's really big. I can probably put the glam stuff in there. But the reason why I didn't want to do a study is because, like, Wendy Williams is not, like, she's not very technologically inclined, if you will. But I decided that it needed to, the sim would probably want it, even if real life Wendy doesn't care. So I made it into a little den area that the real life Wendy probably wouldn't use that much. She would be too busy lighting up beef jerky sticks and biting off the end. You know what I'm talking about. That was a high-key chaotic moment. I feel like if Wendy could bring one person with her, it would either be, actually, I don't know. Norman, Suzanne, who do you think she would take? Couldn't really tell you. Maybe she would take her boyfriend, whoever he is. Okay, so like we just kind of went simple decor here for a room that will never be used by Wendy. Oh, and I decided to give her a lot of awards. For what? We don't know. But she deserves all the awards, so I gave her a bunch of awards. A lot of awards on shelves. More awards on the table. And then I was thinking maybe I'll put in a fireplace, but then I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to be putting in a fireplace. Why would you need a fireplace? And like, where are you going to get wood from? Also, like, it'll give away that you're in a bunker. So I figured that probably wasn't the best choice. So I ended up going with a table of sorts. Yeah, so I went with this table. Just went with some plants. I figured there had to be some sort of greenery, and I figured vertical planters. Why not? It makes it feel a little bit less depressing and like you're in an underground cave. And then we went with some more plants. And then we're going to go for her bathroom. I decided to go fully glam because I feel like she'd want the best of the best. She is Wendy. So we gave her a huge tub, lots of counter space so that she can get ready. Like one of the best toilets. I gave her wraparound mirrors. I gave her a really nice shower. I'm going to end up changing the flooring and the wall tiles because I didn't end up liking my initial. See, the thing is with these like black and white tiles, I always think they just remind me of Kris Jenner. I don't know why. I just think Kris Jenner, that's what Kris Jenner has. Maybe if I did a Kris Jenner house, maybe I'll do a Kris Jenner tiny home. I don't know. But that's what I always think of when I see those. And I just can't, it didn't make sense for Wendy. It didn't make sense. Getting some decor for the bathroom. I always get weird about hanging stuff in bathrooms because I just think in real life, like the water damage would ruin them. So this is a bit different of a build because it's like a fantasy build. I don't know, like fantasizing about the apocalypse. But the last video I did, my first video, was a Twilight build where I recreated the Twilight Bella Swan. I'll put the link for that video below. But I completely followed like exactly the blueprints. And then this video, I just kind of went with like my imagination because obviously I don't really know if Wendy Williams actually has a bunker. For some reason, to me, she is the bunker type. She in my head, she has a bunker. And I fully leaned into the purple in this room. It's just like, when I think of purple, I think of Wendy. I think of grape high chews, and I think of Barney. And, you know, if your name is synonymous with a color, I have to include it. It's a bunker. There's no windows. So I think that's what kind of depresses me about the bunkers is there's no windows. Which, I mean, it's a bunker. What are you going to do? This is where you go in the end times. So yeah, we're pretty much done with the Wendy Williams bunker tour. What do you guys think? Here's how it ended up looking. Let me know what you guys think below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And can't wait to see you guys in another video.